Have you ever found a letter that wasn't meant for you, only to discover it held a chilling message? Picture this: an aged piece of parchment, yellowed with time, found hidden away in the crevices of an old antique desk. Unfolding it reveals a calligraphy-laden invitation, a beckoning to a gathering in a secluded forest, far from the comforting lights of civilization. The message, though seemingly innocent, carries an eerie undertone. The gathering's purpose remains vague, shrouded in a veil of mystery. The choice of location, a secluded forest, adds to the unsettling ambience. And then, there's the sign-off. An unknown name, etched in an elegant yet foreboding script. A name that sends a chill down your spine. A name that doesn't belong to anyone you know. What would you do if you found such an invitation? Would you dare to venture into the forest? Or would you ignore the letter? Imagine stepping foot into a forest that seems to whisper your name with every gust of wind. Our protagonist does just that, drawn by an invisible force into its dark, shadowy depths. This isn't your ordinary forest. It feels alive, pulsating with a strange rhythm that sends chills down the spine. The crunch of leaves underfoot seems to echo menacingly. The rustling canopy above sounds like hushed conversations. Every turn taken seems to be guided by the forest itself, leading our protagonist deeper into its heart. The air grows colder, thick with an eerie stillness that makes the skin crawl. A sensation of being watched creeps up, yet the eyes searching for a source find nothing but the endless expanse of towering trees. The whispers grow louder, the unseen presence more palpable, wrapping around like a cold, ghostly shroud. In the heart of the forest, where the trees are thickest, our protagonist finds an unexpected sight. Picture a clearing in the forest, where the remnants of a long-forgotten gathering lie untouched. An eerie stillness hangs in the air as if time itself has stopped to mourn the forgotten joy. The protagonist steps gingerly, their footsteps echoing in the unnatural silence, disturbing the decades of dust that have settled on the abandoned campfire. The charred wood, once alive with flames and stories shared around it, now serves as a grim reminder of the gathering that never took place. The protagonist's eyes fall upon old party decorations, their colors faded, the balloons deflated, and the streamers torn. A table set for guests who never arrived still holds the promise of a feast that was never enjoyed. The chilling wind stirs the leaves on the table, the only movement in this tableau of forgotten revelry. The protagonist's heart pounds in their chest as they spot another letter, identical to the one they found earlier. The paper is yellowed with age, the ink faded, but the message is clear. The letter, like the first, is an invitation to the same gathering, but this one is decades old. A cold dread seeps into the protagonist's bones as they hold the brittle paper in their hands. The realization hits them like a bolt of lightning, illuminating the chilling truth. The gathering was meant to happen years ago, but something went horribly wrong. The laughter and chatter that should have filled the air were replaced by silence. The guests who were meant to warm themselves by the fire never arrived. The food that was meant to be shared remained untouched. The celebration, it seems, was swallowed by the forest itself. As the chilling truth dawns upon our protagonist, they are left with a burning question. What happened to the guests who were supposed to attend the gathering? Did the forest claim them as its own? Or did they simply choose to forget the gathering, leaving it behind as a haunting monument to a time that never came to be? How would you react if you realized you were not alone in a seemingly abandoned forest? That's the chilling question our protagonist faces as they decide to depart from the unsettling silence. Suddenly, the whispers that were barely audible now seem to echo in their ears, growing louder and more insistent. The quiet rustling of leaves turns into a symphony of sound as the wind picks up, howling through the gnarled branches, carrying with it an unseen presence. The air prickles with a sense of foreboding, as if the forest itself is alive and watching, its unseen entity closing in. The protagonist, overtaken by fear, flees. They leave behind the whispering woods and its unearthly secrets, the echo of the unseen presence following them. The quiet forest reclaims its silence, returning once again to its solitary state. Our protagonist escapes, but the eerie whispers of the forest remain, a chilling reminder of the gathering that never was.